again, it's time to do wheel bearings on the truck because they are super loose. And it's a balmy -4 degrees Celsius out, or 25 degrees Fahrenheit for you Americans. And so yeah, let's get to this. We got to take the wheel off, we got to jack the truck up. So yeah, let's get the truck jacked up and get the tire off there and go from there. Alright, so we've got the wheel and tire off, so now what we need to do is remove the axle nut, which I believe is a 32 millimeter. I have the socket, but the size has worn off of it, but I'm pretty sure it's a 32. I'll put a little annotation if it's not. But so how we're going to do this, since we don't have an impact gun and we're using a breaker bar, is we are going to take a screwdriver and we are going to slide it into one of these slots here, and then that way when we put pressure on it from rotating it, it's not going to go anywhere and it's going to let us take the nut off. You could also have someone sit in the truck and hold the brakes on, but I'm doing this by myself, so this works great. Okay, once you get that nut off, you're going to want to hit this to pop the axle out of the hub that is in there right now. And to do that, you don't want to hit this directly because you will mess up the metal on the end and then the nut won't go on properly. Don't ask me how I know that. So what you're going to want to do is grab a piece of wood, stick that on there and hit it with a hammer because the wood is softer than the metal. So yeah, you're going to want to hit that and then it'll pop out and then you'll be able to take off the rest of the stuff, and we'll get to that. Alright, so the next step is to take off the caliper, which is a 15 millimeter bolt right there. You can see where that is. And then there's also one down there as well. That guy. So you want to take those two off, then this whole caliper will come off as one piece with the pads and everything in it. There's no need to really take the pads or anything out. You can just take it off as one piece, and then you can put it back on later as one piece. So here's the part we will be replacing. It's this piece, and it connects to the knuckle right here. There's 3 bolts, I believe, on this truck. 1, 2, 3, yep. And once you get those off, you get the fun task of trying to separate where it's joined here. And now the passenger side I've never changed on this truck, so it's got 250,000 kilometers on it. And that's quite a bit, which is why it's also so loose. So this could be fun. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we finally got the old one out. There's the end of the axle. And there's the new one. So like I said, it comes with all the new cords you need and everything. I just left that one hooked up for now until I can get this guy in. Then I'll unplug everything else and plug the new wire in. But yeah, there's the old one. Okay, the new one is on. Oh, that's much better. Much better. So once you tighten all these bolts back here, there's this guy down here, and of course this guy over there. Again, those are 15 millimeters. So once you get those done, you can, well, I'm going to do this wire now, and it just goes all the way up, attaches to the frame there, and it goes up and plugs in there. So you just unplug that one, and these are all just clipped into the frame, so you can just pull the clips out because the new one comes with new clips. So you can just pull all that out and junk it. Okay, so the new unit bearing's on, the new ABS line is ran and plugged in, the dust shield is back on. It's this guy. That was 8 millimeter bolts for the dust shield as well, if I didn't mention that. So now we got to put the caliper back on, and to do that I like to put 2 lug nuts on the rotor to hold it tight against the hub so that it makes putting the caliper back on easier. So let's get to that. Okay, now the axle nut has to go back on. And you can use the same trick as before to keep it from spinning. You just go right in here. Slide that into one of the slots, and as you tighten it, it will stick up against there and give you enough pressure to tighten down the nut. Okay, that's it. Now we can slap the wheel and tire back on and we're done. Off to the other side now. You may have noticed that I also have a broken sway bar link. I guess one of my last jumps snapped the top bolt off, and well, there we go. I'm probably not going to replace that. It's not that bad without it, so we'll just leave that. Probably take the link right out, maybe even take the whole bar out, but we'll see. So yeah, tire back on, and let's see how quick I can do the other side. You know I want me. Why don't you come on?